The devastating power of the mighty superforts has been felt time and again by Tokyo and other important industrial centers in the Japanese homeland.
So this is where, and so out of Chengdu then we could go from there, we could go up into Anshan and Mukden, which was up here in Manchuria, and they had big steel mills up there. So we went up to Anshan and Mukden and wiped out their steel mills. Also from here, as I said earlier, we could reach Japan. We went over on the 15th of June and to Yawata and destroyed their steel mill there. So you see, all of that type of thing was possible only because the Chinese built the big runways for us up in the Chengdu Valley. And so out of that area there was when we went down to Formosa. So we could go all the way, all Asia, including Japan, but we couldn't quite get to Tokyo. But when we moved us out to the Pacific, then we could make house calls on Tokyo. So anyway, from the Chengdu Valley here, we could just hit all of this whole area here. And so that way then, we literally commanded the air. Because the Japs wouldn't fight with us in the first place, and if they did, we run them home or shoot them down.
On the target, and a load of bombs to batter Jap plane factories, steel mills, docks, and other installations, blasting key objectives that will otherwise...
And so, this, as I said, was the primary thing that we went over to do, and that was to take all of these Japs that controlled all of this. They controlled it all. And as we saw in the movie about how the horrible things they did to the Chinese, that we put a halt to that, because we started running them out here. And so that was our mission then, when we went over, and that was to lock horns with the Japanese and run them out of China. And with us and the Flying Tigers, the British, and many allies like that, that's what we did. We ran the Japs out of China and freed China. Now, I want to show you something that probably means more to me than anything else. And people ask me, as one of the gentlemen did the other day, said, what interpreter did you use? And I said, man, I had the universal interpreter. See, they gave us these little flags. Now this was the American flag. And everybody recognized that. And it said in there in Chinese, said, this is a friend who came here to fight the cruel Japanese. Help him any way you can. So this was the American flag that they recognized. And then also then, this was the 8th Route Army flag. This was the flag for the Chinese Army at the time. So any time that we went down and in enemy territory, we were to contact any Chinese, and they all recognized these. And so we would contact them, and they would make us look like the Chinese, and then sneak us out and bring us back home so we could fight again. So you see, as I said, here again, we were flying all over Asia. All over Asia. Anywhere the Japs were, that's where we wanted to be. So we could run them out. And the Chinese helped us every way possible. They were brave people, smart people. And so that was our mission over there, was simply to free China of the Japanese. And that, along with the help of the other people, as I said, we did.
From the Aleutians to the South Pacific, we are on the offensive. In the jungles of New Guinea, in the Gilbert and Marshall Islands, on the shores of New Britain, on the broad Pacific waters, Japan faces the daily expanding power of the nations she attacked. Position.
With Tokyo aflame, the super forts head for home, wheeling into a sky that pictures the setting sun of Japan.
Free China of the Japanese. And that, along with the help of the other people that I said, we did.